Hey everybody, Mark Russo here, and today just a quick tip for you about getting your swing synced up. Sometimes I get students who come in and they articulate to me that they just feel out of sync and they just can't make good contact. And generally speaking, a lot of times it starts with the start of the swing, a little bit of sequencing at the beginning of it, where they get something moving out of order or too early or too late, and they just can't get the motion and the sequence working in the 1, 2, 3, 4 order we want coming down. So a couple quick things that I'll just use to try and give them a feeling for starting the club away on the right plane, if you will, and getting the club moving with the hands going back. One of the ones we see a lot of will be, and I'm a big stickler with this one, is this club starting away and the hands actually going first and moving off the body. You'll see that when we do that, the club starts to want to work out and then dump inward. Never like that one because it becomes very difficult to find the ball coming back down. So generally what we'll do is, and you can do this with a plane board or a lot of different tools, but working indoors sometimes too, I'll just start them on a thick noodle here and just have them laid on the neck of the club and just feel like the handle and the head are working together here. Just working it the first 3 feet, which I think are critical. And what that does is it creates a good connection with their torso and their arms and the club going back. We also will get sometimes where they're pushing in heavily, and we'll get that move where the noodle will roll inward. So we want to make sure that they feel a nice connection here, and I'm really big on starting with small swings and little movements first to get a feel for it. The other one would be, and many of you have probably seen this one, but I really like this one as well, start the club head out a little bit and just pull it along the ground, drag it a little bit, and keep the hands and the handle working together. Once we get here, then we can start to let the club hinge. But if we start to move the club too early, inward or hands away, we're usually going to get some kind of separation. And then lastly, my favorite one here that I use a lot of, especially for folks who have driver issues with it, is we'll take the driver and put it right in the belt buckle and just hold on. And we'll give them the feeling of keeping it in the belt buckle and connected here, outside the hands a little bit. Whereas if they normally do their normal move, it'll move and break free very quickly. To me, syncing it up in the first few feet of the swing is really important. There's always going to be exceptions to the rule, your Ray Floyds, your Jim Furyk's, but in general I think most people are going to play a lot better if you can keep the club and your hands and arms and your torso moving all in nice motion going back together, and then we can start to hinge and make different moves. But if we start correctly, you're usually going to have a better chance when you get back to the ball, and that's really where it matters. Hope that helps, and we'll see you on the lesson tape.